Hello, this is Hena and Hetal, and today we're going to be dealing with 3D shapes. Specifically, we'll be focusing on pyramids. If you wish, take a moment to figure out which of these 3D shapes are pyramids. These 4 shapes are pyramids. So mainly, our lesson is going to be about pyramids and their surface area.
Today, to figure out the surface area of a pyramid, you need to find out what type of pyramid it actually is. There are 2 types of pyramids, a rectangular pyramid and a triangular pyramid. A rectangular pyramid has one rectangle base. Surrounding it are 4 triangle faces. A triangular pyramid has one triangle base, given its name. It also has 3 triangle faces. In similarity, they both have triangle faces. Making them different are the 2 different bases.
To get deep in the field of pyramids, we need to know some definitions. 3D shape: any solid figure with at least one base and faces which is greater than 1. Pyramid has one base, which is a polygon, and all triangle faces. Area: space inside a shape measured in units squared. Surface area: sum of the areas of its faces. Dilation: to make a figure larger or smaller proportionally.
Keeping all these definitions in mind, we're going to be dealing with one 3D shape. That is a pyramid. Specifically, we're going to be dealing with a triangular pyramid. Our triangular pyramid has a base that has a length of 6 units. The triangle base has a height of 3 units. Also, because this triangular base is an equilateral triangle, all of its sides are 6 units. This causes the sides and faces of the triangular pyramid to be 6 units in length and 4 units in height. To figure out the surface area of the triangular pyramid, we must figure out the area of the base. We should use the formula area equals 1/2 times base times height. After plugging the numbers 6 and 3 for the base, we should get 3 times 3, or 9 units squared. Next up, we have to figure out the area of the faces. We're going to be dealing with one of the faces first, using the one we outlined. We're going to be using the formula area equals 1/2 base times height because we are figuring out the area of a triangle. We have to plug in 4 and 6 as those are the numbers in the diagram. We should get 12 units squared in the end. We have to use the areas of the base and faces to figure out the area of the whole pyramid. To figure out the surface area, we have to use the formula 3f plus b. In this case, f is the area of one face and b is the area of the base. We have to multiply the area of the face by 3 because there are 3 faces surrounding the triangular base. This triangular base has 3 faces because it has 3 sides. After plugging in 12 and 9 for the 2 areas, we should get 36 plus 9, or 45 units squared. That's our answer for the surface area of a triangular pyramid. Next up, we have an example dealing with another type of pyramid. This type of pyramid is called a rectangular pyramid. The height of this pyramid is 4 centimeters. Its base is a rectangle that is 5 centimeters by 2 centimeters. The base's area is to be found by area equals length times width. This is because the area of the base is the area of a rectangle. After plugging in the numbers of 5 and 2, you get area equals 10 centimeters squared. Next up, we have face 1. We will be multiplying it by 2 in the end because this triangle appears on the opposite side of the rectangular base as well. The area of a triangle is found by area equals 1/2 times base times height. Next, you have to plug in the numbers of 5 and 4 to get area equals 1/2 times 5 times 4. Then you get area equals 10 centimeters squared. Afterwards, we have to find the area of face 2. The area of face 2 is found by the area of a triangle. Therefore, you should use the equation area equals 1/2 times base times height. We will be using area equals 1/2 times 2 times 4 because 2 is the length of the base and 4 is the height. In the end, you get area equals 8 centimeters squared. To figure out the surface area of the entire pyramid, you have to combine all 3 sides. This is the equation we must use. Area equals base plus 2 times face 1 plus 2 times face 2. We multiply the faces by 2 because there is an equal triangle to the opposite side of the base. Next, we must plug in the numbers. 10 plus 2 times 10 plus 2 times 8. Then we get 10 plus 20 plus 16, giving us a total of 46 centimeters squared. This is our answer.
Next up, we'll be dealing with another guided example. As you see, that's a square pyramid. All the sides of the base are 2 units. To find the area of the base, we'll be using the formula A equals length times width. We plug in the numbers, 2 for the length and 2 for the width. We get area equals 4 units squared. Next, we'll be dealing with the faces. A equals 1/2 times base times height times 4. We'll be using this formula because all the faces are triangles, and there are 4 triangles surrounding the base. We plug in the numbers, 4 and 2. We get 2 times 2 times 4. And the area equals 16 units squared. To find the surface area, we'll be using the formula SA equals B plus F. We plug in the number, 4 plus 16, and we get surface area equals 20 units squared.
Next up, we will be doing another triangular pyramid example. This time, try to use your own background knowledge to solve the problem as we teach you. This guided example involves a triangular pyramid. The triangular pyramid's base has a height of 2 units and a base length of 6 units. The height of the entire pyramid is 4 units or inches. The base's area is figured out by area equals 1/2 times base times height. This is because the base is a triangle. Now we have to plug in the units. We have to plug in 6 and 2 because that is written in the diagram. In the end, we get area equals 6 inches squared. Next up, we have to figure out the area of the faces. These faces are triangles that wrap around the edges of the base triangle. Because of this, we have to use the area model written like area equals 1/2 times base times height. In the end, we have to multiply that by 3 because there are 3 faces. Next, we have to plug in the numbers. After plugging the numbers, we get area equals 18 inches squared. To figure out the surface area of the entire triangular pyramid, you must do surface area equals base plus face. Plug in the areas that we got for the base and the faces. So you must add 6 plus 18. In the end, you get 24 inches squared as the answer.
Now, no more easy problems. Let's go face a harder problem. This problem is a word problem. Kim has a pyramid-shaped present that she wants to cover with gift wrap. The square base is 12 inches by 12 inches. The height of the faces is 6 inches. Measuring the gift wrap in inches squared, how much gift wrap do you need? Go ahead and pause this video and try to figure it out by yourself. Hint, you should use surface area.
If you had trouble with this problem, don't worry, it's okay. We'll be going over it now. Now, we will be solving the problem. First, we have to figure out the area of the base. Since this base was a square, we can use the formula area equals s squared. This is the same formula as area equals length times width, only since the length is the same as the width, we can use s squared. Now we must plug in 12 as s to get 12 times 12, or 12 squared. In the end, you should get 144 inches squared. For the faces of this pyramid, we will be using the formula area equals 1/2 times base times height. We will be multiplying that by 4 because there are 4 faces surrounding the square base. Now you must plug in 12 and 6 for the base and the height length. You should get 6 times 24, or 144 inches squared. Afterwards, you must combine the base and faces areas to get your surface area. Therefore, your equation should be surface area equals B plus F. Afterwards, you should get a surface area equals 144 plus 144, or 288 inches squared. Did you get that answer?
Further moving on to real-life examples, we will be doing a multiple choice problem. Billy Bob Joe Swag wants to rebuild his teepee. The triangle base is 10 feet wide and 10 feet tall. The sides of the teepee are 7 feet tall. How many feet squared of animal skin do you need to make the teepee? Here are the multiple choice answers. A, 200 feet squared. B, 185 feet squared. C, 155 feet squared. Or D, 150 feet squared. Solve this problem by pausing this video and working on your own. If you had trouble with this problem, don't worry. We'll be going over it right now. So first, we need to find the area of the base. A equals 1/2 times base times height. And then we have to plug in the numbers, 10 for the base and 10 for the height. Then we get 5 times 10, or area equals 50 feet squared. Next, we got to find the area of the faces. A equals 1/2 times base times height. And remember, there's 3 faces, so we have to multiply 3 by that as well. So we plug in the numbers, 10 for the base and 7 for the height. Next, we got area equals 1/2 times 70 times 3. We do 1/2 of 70 and we get 35 times 3. And area equals 105 feet squared. Finally, we got to find the surface area. SA equals base plus faces. So we plug in 50 for the base and 105 for the faces. And our answer is surface area equals 155 feet squared. Okay, so now we're going to be learning about dilation. It says, a pyramid with a square base has an area of 6,400 meters squared and a slant height of 30 meters. What is the surface area of a similar shape if dilated by a scale factor of half? So as you can see, there are two square pyramids. One is the large one and the other one is the smaller one. So we know that the area of the square base is 6,400 meters squared. So each side of the base has to be 80 meters. And the height is obviously 30 meters. So our one option is to first take each measurement and divide it by 2. Then find the surface area. So once we divide all the measurements by 2, we should get 40 meters by 40 meters for the base and 15 meters for the height. So let's start with the base. The formula is A equals length times width. And then we plug in the numbers, 40 squared or 40 times 40, and for the area we should get 1,600 meters squared. Next we go to the faces. Area equals half base times height. Then we plug in the numbers, 40 and 15 for the base and the height, and then we get area equals 300, and we have to multiply that by 4 because there are 4 faces, and we get 1,200 meters squared. Finally, we add 1,600 plus 1,200 to get 2,800 meters squared for the surface area. Okay, so now let's go over the answer. We have both of our pyramids ready to go. We're going to be using the larger pyramid because we want to find its surface area. Let's start with the base. A equals length times width. Next, we plug in the numbers, 50 times 50, and we get area equals 2,500 feet squared for the base. Next, we go to the faces. We're going to use the formula A equals half times base times height because the faces are triangles. We plug in the number, 50 for the base and 20 for the height. We get half times 1,000, and we get area equals 500 feet squared. Finally, we're going to add both of the numbers up together, 2,500 plus 500, and we get 3,000 feet squared as a surface area of the larger pyramid. Okay, so now let's go over the answer. We have both of our pyramids ready to go. We're going to be using the larger pyramid because we want to find its surface area. Let's start with the base. A equals length times width. Next, we plug in the numbers, 50 times 50, and we get area equals 2,500 feet squared for the base. Next, we go to the faces. We're going to use the formula A equals half times base times height because the faces are triangles. We plug in the number, 50 for the base and 20 for the height. We get half times 1,000, and we get area equals 500 feet squared. Finally, we're going to add both of the numbers up together, 2,500 plus 500, and we get 3,000 feet squared as a surface area of the larger pyramid. Well, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again. Bye.